So now that you have selected a topic and developed some of your reasoning for picking that topic, let's talk about the formal way to support your topic. That process is called the literature review. In short, you want to find information that's already available on your topic. So you're going to go back to some of the references that you've already used to pick a topic. Go back and see what else is out there. In this phase, I would encourage you to go to scholarly journals, newspaper articles, books, magazines, news reports, blogs, discussion forums, depending on your topic. I would make sure you incorporate a variety of resources so you can get a academic perspective, a consumer perspective, a current events perspective, a historical perspective. You want to make sure that you have a good understanding of your topic. The literature review is so much more than just a list of these references. Now, on one hand, in homework 2, I'm going to ask you to do an annotated bibliography. But the process of the literature review, when you formally prepare it, it's the introduction to your project, it's the justification of your project, it's a look into, what themes am I trying to bring out in my project. It's a lot more than just, here are all my references. It's actually the true definition of the research project. So there is, a lot of information is contained in the lit review, and a lot of information should be presented in the lit review in a systematic way, more than just, here's what I've learned. It's tying together all the different pieces, the history, the academics, the consumers, the opinions, and so on, and why they all point to the topic that you have defined. One of the things that should come out here is a discussion of how what you're doing fits into what's already been done. If you remember back in the definition of research, it's finding new conclusions. So what new thing are you looking for? I don't want you to come up with a project that's reinventing the wheel. I want you to come up with a project that's discovery. Perhaps there are some subtopics that are relevant to your question. There's some definitions that you need to provide to help you define your topic. I want to take you to a presentation that I did. I have a link for it, and I will give that to you as well, but it was on lean and green behavior in restaurants. So to do this, I had to define what lean and green meant so everyone understood it. And then on the bottom left, then I went into what's the history of it. So I went into how there weren't a lot of academic reports on these kinds of practices in restaurants. And then I went into why should I look at small businesses, because I wasn't looking at all restaurants. So I had to set the stage and kind of provide a justification for my project. Another thing that the literature review does is it also prepares all the supporting information and points it toward your purpose, your goal, your research hypothesis. So a hypothesis, that's an educated guess, absolutely. Education part of it comes from the lit review. The guess part of it, what do you think is going to happen? So when you put this all together in a statement, you want a specific testable statement. This is the end of your planning phase. This is your formal presentation of here's what I think is going to happen. So let's go back to the project that I was talking about, the restaurants and lean and green behavior. In green, I show what my study was attempting to collect. And then right below that, I say, here's the point. I thought that newer and larger restaurants would be more progressive, would be more into lean and green. So that was the point of my project. At this point, I am going to direct you to watch another video on the remainder of the business research method. Now that you've finished the plan, what else is left?